And thank you so much for joining us. We have a short video to kick things off. Right, so our MC for this evening is Troy, so I am going to pass it over to Troy.
Thank you so much, Shasta. That was an amazing way to kick things off with incredible video or pictures of all of those great walks that we had right across the country. And welcome everybody to the Canada Walks for Bladder Cancer Wrap-Up Celebration for 2022. Bienvenue et félicitations à tous. We're so pleased to bring you this event in both French and English. Si vous êtes francophone et préférez écouter cette présentation en français, veuillez cliquer sur le bouton Interprétation en bas de votre écran. As Shasta mentioned, my name is Troy Reeb. I am the Executive Vice President of Broadcasting at Chorus Entertainment, which is a proud premier sponsor of this year's walk. I also happen to be a bladder cancer survivor and your proud MC for this evening. As we begin the celebrations, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of our walkers who made the commitment to lace up those sneakers for the 12th annual Canada Walks for Bladder Cancer. We also would like to acknowledge that our events took place in the various traditional lands of Indigenous peoples right across Canada. And after 2 years of virtual walking events, we felt it was really important to get together collectively to reflect on this year's highlights and successes that every single one of you made possible. This year, we were thrilled to return to in-person walking events across Canada, and so many of you gathered from coast to coast to coast to walk and to help create a world where bladder cancer will one day just be a memory. This year, we introduced a number of new walk locations, and we welcomed new participants, new teams, and new volunteers, which allows us to reach even more people. The number of participants and supporters across the country, in fact, was quite remarkable. And on behalf of Bladder Cancer Canada, our patients and our caregivers, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is your resilience and dedication and support that was felt every step of the way. We'd also like to thank our valued sponsors who supported this year's event. Without their contributions, none of this would have been possible. And you can see there on the screen many of those sponsors. So thank you to our national sponsors. First off, our presenting sponsors, EMD Serono and Pfizer. Our premier sponsors, Ironstone Product Development, Chorus Entertainment, and Global News. Our partner sponsors, CGen Canada, IDS Canada, Jane Brown and Zoomer Radio, and our promoter sponsors, Verity Pharmaceuticals, The Pickle Barrel, Faring Pharmaceuticals, Bristol Myers Squibb, and PrintedShirts.ca. We'd also like to thank our local sponsors, who include Hollister Inc., Empire Life, IMV Incorporated, Flow Alkaline Water, Coloplast, Liunis 625, and Lexus of Edmonton. And finally, we'd like to recognize our wonderful media partners who helped us to raise awareness and promote this year's walks across Canada. In addition to Chorus Entertainment and Global News right across Canada, there was 640 Toronto, Jump 1069 and Boom 99.7 in Ottawa, and Move 98.3 in Kingston. Thank you, all of you, for contributing to our mission to support bladder cancer patients, raise awareness, and fund research to help create a world where bladder cancer is just a memory. Now, we're fortunate to have some of our wonderful sponsors here with us this evening. First, I'd like to welcome Sally Chen and Bridget Viel from EMD Serono and Pfizer, our presenting sponsors. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much, Troy, for welcoming us to your virtual stage. It's really been a great honor to be here speaking to this amazing group of people. So my name is Sally Chen, and I'm the Patient Access and Government Affairs Manager for EMD Toronto. And I'm here today with my colleague, some of who you may know, from Pfizer, and her name is Brigitte Vial. Together, we make the EMD Toronto and Pfizer Alliance, a partnership where we're really committed to work hand in hand with the broader cancer community to best support patients living with cancer. And we want to congratulate you on this amazing initiative in raising almost $500,000 to support more patients and their families, increase awareness, and fund innovative life-saving research.
Thank you, Sally, and hello, everyone. So I am Brigitte Vial from Pfizer Canada. I'm the Director of Patient Affairs at Pfizer, and very honored to have been a sponsor for this walk. As Sally mentioned, raising that amount of money in a challenging economy, we know that it takes so much work, right? It's not the fruit of chance. It really does take the contribution of many. It takes dedication, hard work, great communications and organizational skills, and mobilization of volunteers across the country. So from people such as Shasta that I was in touch with, was in touch with the teams, making sure they were mobilized and making sure we had everything we needed, to the walk leads. Some of us met with Robbie in Montreal and all the others across the country. From patients who are sharing their stories to allow people to give them a reason to give, a reason to believe. From the advisory board members and all the staff at BCC, we really want to congratulate you all for your efforts and your wonderful success. At the Alliance, EMD Toronto and Pfizer Alliance, we truly believe that making sure that people living with cancer, their families and their loved ones, it really takes a village to support them and to give them the best care they can access. And Bladder Cancer Canada plays a really unique and critical role in that community. And thanks to your efforts and the funds raised, you're going to allow them to continue their important mission and support even more families. So it's really, truly a wonderful chance for us to have been a part of this, to have supported it both financially, and we have teams also supporting it. And we really want to congratulate every one of you for your tremendous efforts, and we look forward to continue a collaboration with you and continue to improve the lives of people who's been touched by bladder cancer. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for having us.
Thank you, Brigitte, and thank you so much, Sally. Your support, the support of your companies, has helped this walk and helped bladder cancer patients so incredibly very much. Next, I have the pleasure of presenting a video from Joel Ironstone, who is the president of Ironstone Product Development, one of our premier sponsors.
Hello. This is Joel Ironstone, president of Ironstone Product Development. Ironstone Product Development is one of this year's sponsors of the Bladder Cancer Walk, and we intend actually to continue to sponsor the Bladder Cancer Walk year on year. We think it's a great cause that deserves significant support. Our family and my company participated, and we're proud of the money we raised and proud of the money that was raised overall and the awareness raised for bladder cancer. We think this is, particularly given the past history of the past couple of years where we weren't able to have the walk in person. I think it was extremely well organized. I could see that people were really happy to get back out there and support this incredible cause. And I wanted to sincerely thank everyone for participating. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next walk. I apologize for not being in person. I happen to be traveling this week, but anything that we can do as an organization to support bladder cancer, we're absolutely interested and committed in doing. Thanks again, and have a great day.
Wonderful, and thank you, Joel, and thank you, Ironstone Product Development team. I now have the pleasure of thanking you on behalf of Chorus Entertainment, also a premier sponsor, and in doing so, I not only want to thank all of you on behalf of Chorus, but I want to thank the people across Chorus. As someone who's in a privileged position within the company and as a bladder cancer survivor myself, I brought Bladder Cancer Canada together with Global News 10 years ago now, before I think the second walk that we did, and something special happened. We helped shine a brighter light on a cancer that at the time was very little known, very little understood by the general public. And through news stories, through interviews, through promotion of the annual walk, my colleagues at Chorus have done some amazing things to help raise funds and awareness. Some of my friends on this call tonight will know that this year was the first year in more than a decade I did not get out to the walk. And frankly, that's because the week of the event, I was with my sister in Edmonton as she underwent cancer surgery. And she's in the midst of a really long and difficult recovery after some radical surgery, and she's got radiation starting next week. But here's the really amazing thing about all of that even with me not being there this year, our chorus and our global news teams, many of whom have no personal connection to this awful disease, continued to embrace the role of educating and of fundraising to fight bladder cancer. And across the country, they stepped up. I cannot be more proud and thankful to them. And in tribute tonight, I'd like to go a little off script and to announce a personal donation of $5,000 in honor of all of my colleagues to be added to our totals tonight. And now a message from my good friend, Alan Carter, anchor of Global News Toronto.
Hi, it's Alan Carter at Global News. I want to thank you again for including me in the Canada Walks for Bladder Cancer this year. Great to see everybody out again this year, to meet people that we've met in the past. And I want to say thank you to everyone for not only coming out in the morning and putting one foot in front of the other, not only for raising money, obviously that is important too, but your efforts are raising awareness. And if just one person hears the message and knows something about this and knows about the warning signs and take action, then you've helped save a life. Thank you for including me again this year, and congratulations.
Wow. Thank you, Alan, for that incredible message. I'm so proud of you and your team. And next, I would like to give a warm welcome to Teresa Blondin, Manager of Volunteers and Community Programs, to continue this very special evening. Welcome, Teresa.
Well, thank you so much, Troy. So this event would not be possible without the hard work and involvement of all of you, our dedicated volunteers. So I just wanted to take a quick second to extend my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you who work so hard to plan a walk in your community. I know that many of you have very big hearts, and therefore you put in many hours and so much passion into your event. And some of you may have even felt a little bit of strain, and I want you to know that your efforts did not go unnoticed. To all of you walk leads who have been our rock year over year, thank you for your guidance, your patience with us new staff, and your tenacity. You were our lifeline this year. And to all of our new walk leads, your energy and new ideas were so refreshing. Thank you for learning with us and providing such great feedback so we could be more successful training new volunteers in 2023. As a new walk lead myself, I saw firsthand the hard work and dedication that goes into planning a successful event, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of you, veterans or newbies. So from the bottom of my heart, I really just want to thank you all for helping to build a community for the bladder cancer community, raise funds to support more patients, and increase awareness of this disease. Now I will pass it over to Shatsa Basha, our National Development Manager.
And thank you so much, Teresa, for passing it over to me. It is a pleasure to be here and to be celebrating the 12th annual Canada Walks for Bladder Cancer. As another walk lead myself, I know how important this role is to the success of the walk within our communities. Walk leads wear many hats, and we are incredibly grateful for your support, hard work in coordinating your local individual walks. We are thrilled to have our long-standing leads that a lot of us newbies leaned on for support this year, as well as our new walk leads. Your energy and enthusiasm was unmatched. This year, we had 17 walks across Canada, and I would like to take a moment to thank the walk leads and the planning committee members across Canada. In Calgary, we had Alicia, Courtney, Elizabeth, and Valerie. In Edmonton, Michelle and Monica. In Vancouver, David, Glenn, and Keith. In Winnipeg, Ronil and Kate. In Halifax, Brenda and the Dalhousie team. In Montreal, Robert. In Quebec City, Alain. In Belleville, Randy, Robert, and Michelle. Hamilton, Gordon, Kevin, and Alex. In Kingston, Jerry and the team at Queen's University. In London, Melanie. In Mississauga, Bob and the McCrae imaging team. In Ottawa, Snooky and Stephanie. In Thunder Bay, Gail. In Toronto, myself, Deanne, Dick, Deborah, Evie, and Avi. It takes a village, as they say. And in Windsor, we had Jessica and Teresa. On behalf of Bladder Cancer Canada, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for your support.
Thank you, Shasa, and again, thank you once again to every single one of our walk leads. Just amazing, amazing work. During the month of September, any walk participant that raised $100 or more was entered into a local draw to win the full 2022 walk gear kit. So congratulations to all of our winners. If you see your name listed here on this slide, Bladder Cancer Canada will be in contact to confirm your size and your shipping address. And of course, as a participant in our walk, you started a winner. You and your walking help support us in reaching the 80,000 Canadians currently living with a bladder cancer diagnosis, as well as the 12,500 who will unfortunately be diagnosed with bladder cancer this year. Bladder cancer is the 5th most common cancer in Canada, with the highest recurrence rate, and the research for it is still largely underfunded. So with your support, we can help fund more research, we can help support more patients, and we can help support more caregivers during their bladder cancer journey. Next, I would like to present a video from Courtney Slopek. Courtney is a bladder cancer patient and dedicated walk lead in Calgary. And in this video, she shares her story as a patient and why the walk is so important to patients like her right across Canada.
Hi Bladder Cancer Walk family, this is Courtney from Calgary, Alberta. I am a walk co-chair here in Calgary as well as a bladder cancer survivor. I'm going on 8 years strong this year, so things are looking good. Fingers crossed they stay that way. I'm just here to share a little bit of my story and how Bladder Cancer Canada has impacted my life and how the walk has helped me to not only beat cancer, but provide support for others as well. So I first joined the walk in 2014 when I was a patient, and I was lucky enough to meet a lot of great people through Bladder Cancer Canada and through the walk. I met our wonderful team here in Calgary who has been working together for years now to keep the walk up and running in Calgary. Led by our fearless leader, Val. Love you, Val. So that first year was really impactful to me because I felt like being a younger person with bladder cancer, I didn't have a lot of people to relate to and to connect with. And the walk provided me with those connections that I was looking for and the support that I was looking for. I was cleared shortly after that walk. I got the all clear from my doctors, and I decided that I wanted to get involved and support people the way that I had been supported through my journey. So I joined the walk committee, and I was a committee member for a few years, and then Val was needing some support, and so she asked me to join her as a co-chair along with a few other people. We have a team. We're a team here in Calgary. And it's been 8 years now since we've kind of grown our little team and kept this walk up and running. I've also done some patient speaking at events here in Calgary, and I've had a lot of people come up to me and say that my story helped them. And for me, that's the biggest, I'm gonna get emotional. For me, that's the biggest thing, is to be able to help people and support them through their journey. I am a healthcare worker, so it means the world to me when people say that I help them through their journey. Being a co-chair of the walk and getting this event up and running every year means the world to me, to see people come out and join us and support us. So big thank you to everyone who came out this year to support us and who helped raise awareness and fundraise for us. You are making a difference in people's lives, and you are supporting your community, and that is a huge deal to those of us going through it. So I'm going to stop now because I'm crying, and I am so excited to see everyone next year. Best of luck. Love you all. Bye.
It's really hard to follow a message like that. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you for sharing your story with all of us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your involvement in this year's walk. Next, we have the awards for our top individual and team fundraisers, as well as our largest team. And for their amazing leadership and fundraising efforts, each will receive a certificate as a token of our appreciation. So to take you through all of that, I would like to introduce Bladder Cancer Canada's amazing Executive Director, Michelle Calero. Michelle, welcome.
Thank you, Troy. I really don't know how to follow that. It's I just wanted to cry. So thank you for the introduction. I see all of you there, and I say hello in all the little squares. So I first want to extend a huge thank you to everyone who participated in Canada Walks for Bladder Cancer. It was just phenomenal. I was also a walk lead, and I learned so much about what it's like to be on the ground and to really pull this together. It's tough. It's tough, but Shasa and the team had us going and providing all the information, and it was just phenomenal. So your involvement means that even more Canadians will get the support they need during their diagnosis and recognize the symptoms early enough to improve their treatment and outcomes. We're also very grateful to the members of our medical advisory board. They provide amazing support to patients across Canada and are constantly investigating new treatment options to improve the quality of care for patients. I'd like to thank all the members of the advisory board for their ongoing support to BCC and for our patients, and also for their efforts and participation in this year's walk. So I'd like to welcome Dr. Alex Lotta. I'm looking at a cheat sheet because my goodness, this man is busy, and I will mess it up if I don't read it specifically. So Dr. Zalata is a professor in the Department of Surgery, specifically urology at the University of Toronto, director of uro-oncology at Mount Sinai Hospital, staff surgeon at Princess Margaret Cancer Centre, Toronto General Hospital, and member of the University Health Network, an associate editor of the Bladder Cancer Journal, and an editorial board member of Scientific Reports, a Nature journal. And I am exhausted. So Alex, how you do that, I do not know. I was lucky enough to meet him actually in Colorado, and he's just such a gem for BCC and for patients and a true advocate. So welcome, Dr. Zlata. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much, Michelle, for the intro, but also really it's a pleasure to be here with everyone for this evening. And I'm also very pleased to speak on behalf of the entire Medical Advisory and Research Board on the impact that the walk has on medical research for bladder cancer, and first and foremost on patients. So I'm honored to have the pleasure of presenting this evening's award. And first, I would like to highlight our top 3 individual fundraisers. First, congratulations to Ferg Devins, Robert Mason, and Lani Bertolotti. They collectively raised over $65,000 for bladder cancer patients across Canada. I only can say one thing, wow. And congratulations and thank to really all of you. Our next recognition goes to our top fundraising team. It's a real name. Congratulations to Team Kicking Asphalt, who raised over $25,000 and was led by their captain. Their captain was Lani Bortolotti. This is honestly truly incredible. Both the name is incredible, but the amount is also incredible. And congratulations. And then our last award this evening recruited the largest team. As many nearly as people participating tonight, the team had actually 37 registered team members and raised over $11,000. Congratulations to Team Kendall. And thank you to the team captain, Shauna McCartney, for your recruitment efforts and your dedication. So I really can say again, and I really emphasize as a physician, but mainly on behalf of the entire medical advisory board, that you're really making an impact on the lives of bladder cancer patients across Canada, and you're really changing the field so they have a brighter future. Thank you, and now I'm passing it back to Michelle.
Thank you, Dr. Slaughter. I really appreciate that. So before we move on to announcing this year's grand total, I'd like to remind you all there's still an opportunity to earn your totally cool commemorative walk bracelets. A great reminder and of your participation in the walk. All it takes is a small donation of $25 or more to receive your bracelet. So now on to the grand total. Sally let it slip a little early, but that's all good. We, as she said, we have almost raised $500,000, $497,500, and then we can add $5,000. Thank you, Troy. And so now we've raised over $500,000, which is so, I'm applauding everyone. That is so amazing. And it's been a tough year for many people, but getting back to see each other, to have that camaraderie and to actually really pull it off. I'm so proud of the team. I really am. So thank you for everyone who came out to the event, but this is where I'm going to talk about the amazing staff. So the staff who worked hard to make this event a success, our volunteer board of directors for their exceptional support and involvement in this year's walk. A big, huge, ginormous applause and thank you to all participants, volunteers, community members for lacing up your sneakers to help create a world where bladder cancer is just a memory. Lastly, to our founders, David and Jack, amazing for creating this space for bladder cancer patients to find support. And now we're all just going to keep it up and keep supporting patients and doing whatever we need for them. So thank you. We are running super duper early. So I'm going to send it back to Troy to wrap up. So first, before we do that, actually, sorry, Shasa, we're going to pass it off to Shasa for the Boost Your Impact winner.
Thank you, Michelle. So leading up to the walk, we challenged you to boost your impact with fundraising and recruitment. And wow, did you meet the challenge this year? Everyone who qualified for the Boost Your Impact draw has been added to the winning wheel. Good luck, everyone. Spin that wheel. Congratulations, Patricia Brazeau. You've won a Visa gift card. We will be connecting with you shortly to arrange delivery of the card. With that being said, I am now going to pass it back to Troy to wrap us up.
Wow, thank you so much, Shasa. That was an amazing. We could spin the wheel, the virtual spinning wheel of prizes. You know, I just have to reinforce something that Michelle talked about, and that is the value of the staff at Bladder Cancer Canada and all the volunteers who come together to make the magic happen. There are so many other great causes out there in Canada, and the one thing you've always been able to count on with Bladder Cancer Canada is the laser-like focus on making sure that every dollar goes as far as possible. Every patient gets spoken to. Everyone gets an opportunity to get support if they reach out, and that goes to the incredible volunteer network, and most importantly to this amazing staff who give it their all the time and maximize the value of every single one of those $500 and $2,500 that have been donated. So thank you to the entire Bladder Cancer Canada team, not just those who work directly for the organization, but for all of you who work with the broader organization. every single one of you is part of the Bladder Cancer Canada family. So, all right, thank you again for joining this virtual celebration event. We certainly hope we're going to see you back again next year for the 2023 Canada Walks for Bladder Cancer. I, for one, am really looking forward to getting back out there. And thanks again for lacing up your sneakers and supporting bladder cancer patients right across Canada. We could not have done any of this without you. For any of you who would like to stick around, mix and mingle a little bit in the virtual world, this link will be kept open for another 30 minutes. And for now, as far as an organized event, I will bid you farewell and offer one last round of thanks. Thanks again for making the Bladder Cancer Canada Walk such a success.